Right, now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a poet, Mick Rose.
Okay, here we go then, folks. Some of you have seen me before. I normally do my own stuff, but tonight I'll be doing other people's poetry. Okay, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen.
God bless mobile phones.
Thank you. That's why I did it.
Crabs. Okay. The reason crabs are so crabby is that they're just completely shellfish. There you go. Bring on the dancing vicar. Bring on the dancing vicar, keep them rolling in the aisles. The time goes by much quicker in the service with a smile. Call up the chuckling curate, let humour be ordained. We really can't endure it unless we're entertained. Lead in the laughing pastor with a twinkle in his eye. Get those punchlines coming faster. Make us howl until we cry. Keep the congregation keener. I say, I say, I say. Skip the bread and the ribena. Let's just have the cabaret. There we go.
Yes.
Now, I don't really know what... is it Nick? Yeah, Nick's seen a lot of my poetry. I thought I'd do something different. And this is certainly different. It's called So Foul and Fair a Day I Have Not Seen. And it's all about amateur dramatics. And if any of you have ever done amateur dramatics, you'll see quite clearly of the poem I'm about to read. So foul and fair a day I have not seen. The local amateur theatre group put the ache into Acheborn and more. They murdered Agatha Christie and they've never been quite sure. This spring they're playing Shakespeare and they're hoping for a draw. The play needs the finishing touches now, like learning lines and cues. The costumes are different periods, which is quite a clever ruse, but your warlike Scot is diminished somewhat in tights and slip-on shoes. The flats are over 30 years old, but still they dazzle the eye. Well, they would. They're painted in brilliant gloss and they're not completely dry. They sag like a freshly filled nappy and they wag as the cast walks by. It's dress rehearsal night tonight for the tragedy of Macbeth. Dustmen, lawyers and barmaids hang on one another's breath. Oh, amateur dramatics is a leveller, like death. Macbeth himself is 59 and he always gets the lead because he's very good, he's very good indeed. And he gave a lot of money when the company was in need. His makeup is an orange mask, bearded with sweat and stiff, and his eyes so deeply etched with black, it looks almost as if two exhausted ravens have flung themselves into a sandstone cliff. King Duncan sits with a drooping fag beneath the no smoking sign, making paper aeroplanes from last year's set designs, and the prompter's the only one with nerves. Well, she'll have most of the lines. Something's happened to the lights and the illumination's nil, and all the cast have wandered off, knowing there's hours to kill. For whatever's wrong with the dimmer board, the electrician's dimmer still. And in the number 3 dressing room, the blonde from the Abbey Life and the local co-op manager who's playing the Thane of Fife are doing some improvisations based on being man and wife. The producer stamps and slams about with a face like a crumpled bun, Not because if they started now they wouldn't finish till 1, but she just can't seem to command respect, though she once spoke to Trevor Nunn. Temper's afraid, there are tears and sulks, the mascara starts to run. There are screams from the number 3 dressing room where the talks of divorce have begun. And rows and arguments bubble and boil, but if you ask anyone, why go through this 3 times a year? Why not give up and be done? They all reply without a word of a lie, well, it's such enormous fun. If you've ever done amateur dramatics, you're there. Absolutely. Let's go for this then. Okay, The Drunkard. Some of you have heard this before, but here we go. Some of you haven't. Drunkard.
Yeah. You missed that.
When first it was offered, a drop was enough. And you weren't even sure that you liked the stuff. But you were quite young and your palate was chaste. And with some perseverance, you soon got the taste. Or you could take it or leave it, that's what they all think. Soon your only desire was for just one more drink. Now it's straight from the bottle, not even a cup. And you splutter and hiccup and bring it back up. And bloated and bleary you lurch into bed, not 1 ounce of remorse in your stupefied head. Well, you're satisfied now, but you don't know till when, and first thing in the morning, you're at it again. Ah, it's not whiskey or gin. Who on earth would drink that? It's the thin, white, warm heart stuff that lays you out flat. You may sleep through the night and you don't suffer colic, but baby, you know you're a real milkaholic. A modern wife, stretching the. I haven't read these very well, so you have to bear with me. Okay, here we go. We grew up in the a modern wife. We grew up in the 60s when everything was new. We only stopped at nothing when nothing was taboo. So who put up this barrier I cannot break through? We had an open marriage, we lived and we let live. I never asked for anything he didn't want to give, she didn't want to give. So what is it we both resent and neither can forgive? We gave the kids their freedom because it was their right. They had the information, they had the appetite. So who is it I think I failed when they stay out all night? We never hid our feelings, we had no place for sham. We freed ourselves to be ourselves, we didn't give a damn. So why is it I lie awake and wonder who I am? I'm afraid the 60s did that to people.
I can't remember.
I can only just remember it, yeah. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay. The place where socks go. You've heard this before, perhaps. Yeah, okay, here we go. There's a place where socks go when the washing is done, and the dryers have dried, and the spunners have spun, and it's past 8 o'clock, and there's no one about, and the laundrette's locked. Then the odd socks come out. There is hosiery here of each pattern and hue, some plain, striped or spotted, some black, red or blue, some worn only once, some so old they have formed to exactly the shape of the foot they once warmed. Some were brought back from sock shops in airports in France. Some were hideous presents from matronly aunts, but in all their variety, one thing is shared. To the place where socks go, they will not go prepared. There's more. Then the odd socks remaining are placed in a chest. They must turn up sometime. Now, where was that vest? And new socks come at Christmas, and birthdays bring more, and the old lie alone at the back of the drawer. And maybe one evening, when memory is low, they too slip away to the place where socks go. And in silent reunion, each one with its pair, they join in the dance with the other thieves there. The letters unanswered, the calls not returned, the promises broken, the lessons not learned, the lost afternoons, the appointments unmade, the best of intentions, the debts never paid. And the friends not kept up and the others let down, in the rag bag of conscience they waltz sadly around, beyond the respite of the washing machine. No amount of detergent can now get them clean, till the day when all laundry is washed white as snow, and everyone's tumbled and soft soap must go. When nothing is hidden, but all is revealed, and socks shall be holy, and souls shall be healed. Is that it? You want another one?
Yeah, one for the road.
One for the road. One for the road. Would you like a holiday one?
Yeah. I like holiday.
Yes. Say no more. Excellent. Indeed. Wish you were here. Okay. Oh, an English beach on a summer's day is a glorious place to be, where lovers lie glued and practically nude, and grandfathers chain drink tea, and maiden ladies suffer themselves to the rough male kiss of the sea. And flies won't land on half-hot sand, but on ankles and buttocks and hips. And golden lads pant for bikinied girls, like greyhounds in the slips. There's a smell of diesel, donut dogs, and distant fish and chips. There are seaweed smells and ice cream bells and a hullabaloo of balloons and a sweating band on the brave grandstand pumping out brassy tunes. And the gulls create like nails on a slate through the long blue afternoons, where the Venuses and Adonais like 7 stone weaklings dream, and children by the sorry about this, I'm cooking this up. And children by the champagne sea will wince and whinny and scream. And massive mothers, like pale blancmange, topped off with suntan cream. There's the lonely boy with the coward half smile and limbs like a small closed prop. And he waits on the fringe of the cricket match as a volunteer long stop. But he's never asked to bat or bowl or share a bottle of pop. And the soaking dog that shakes itself over the egg mayonnaise, and father says, "Yo, yo, naughty dog," at least in paraphrase. And the dog flops down behind its tongue like a Saint Sebastian gaze. And the sandwiches are flattened and damp, and slightly more sand than which. And Dad's very proud of his castle he's built, a bit like a 40s fridge, while the Volvo driver next door is constructing the Sydney Harbour Bridge. He's got the lot, the windbreak, the ground sheet, the folding table and chairs, beach barbecue, lilos, check serviettes, 2.4 kids who don't swear, a surfboard that looks like a portable Porsche, and a pigeon chest matted with hair. So it's nice when his camp has to break up and flee from the incoming tide's advance and demonstrate to the general delight the great British blanket dance, with a scattering of underwear, watches and spades and a flurry of fragile arms. If you've ever seen husband-wife Pekingese, like that, as 3 peas in a pod, or the square-jawed, blonde-haired suntan type auditioning for a god, or old men's necks as red as plums and legs as white as cod. And if you've ever watched anyone trying to get dressed without breaking the decency laws, or mountains of she at the edge of the sea with their dresses pulled up to their drawers. Oh, an English beach on a summer's day is a glorious place to be, where lovers lie glued and practically nude, and grandfathers chain drink tea. There you go.